Welcome back, guys, to another episode of Above the Rim. I'm Austin Townley, and I'm joined by Mr. Ryan Lombardi and James Derrick today. What up, guys?
You know, this is actually the second episode that Lombo has done.
I was too good on the first one that Austin purposely deleted the audio file so that the people couldn't hear my great stuff I had to offer.
Yeah.
You had a lot of great stuff.
Yeah, it was a planned attack by Austin Townley against me.
With malicious intent.
And I'm very broken about it. I almost didn't come on today because I was like, I wanted to be one and done, and I'm back because I wanted to prove to Austin that I'm better than him and I'm a better man than he is. That's why I'm here today.
You're right. Hey, You know what? If that's what you're here to do, he's going to do it. All right? Listen. But on a real note, yeah, that's my fault. I deleted the audio file on accident.
It was a great episode,
It was awesome. It was super fun. It was funny. I mean, he drafted Isaiah Thomas in the all-time point guard.
The only Isaiah Thomas that's relevant.
Sure.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Recent news in the league. Last night, Celtics-Knicks went into overtime, and the Celtics ended up winning that game off of a shot by Kristaps Porzingis. And then Mikal Bridges turned the ball over with 15 seconds left to go.
Yeah, pretty much just dropped it. They had a nice little play designed. They showed a very cinematic and sad shot of Melo afterwards.
Oh, man, that's rough.
But the biggest thing to touch on in this game is Porzingis was 8 for 13 from 3. I think he plays his balls off every time he's back in the Garden. That is the one thing that you almost know is going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta ask you guys though. I know you're like looking at it and it's like, oh, like Celtics barely got by the Knicks in a 2-point game, but come playoff time, if these teams see each other, do you see a world where the Knicks get past the Celtics?
Yeah, I mean, last night Jaylen Brown had 6 points, shot 8 times. That's it. He should be shooting more. Now I know it's really tough to beat that Celtics team, but I think if anyone's gonna do it, it's gonna be that Knicks team.
Really?
Yeah, it's the most probable second round matchup right now. They're pretty much, I don't want to say locked in, but they're pretty much going to get the 2 and 3. They'll face in the second round. I'm sure of it. I think the Knicks might have to get by a tough Pistons team.
Pistons team's good.
It's not too good if you're the Pistons that you have to see the Knicks in the first round. But I'm looking forward to it. I don't have a prediction for you right now though.
I think it's gonna be, if that series does happen, one of the best playoff series in recent NBA history. I mean, 2 loaded rosters going up against each other that are very deep, in the TD Garden in MSG. That's box office.
Yeah, I mean, having games at both Gardens is just unreal, and like it would sell so many tickets. Those tickets, $500 for nosebleeds. I guarantee it.
100%.
Yeah,
you're gonna be giving them your wallet. But I will say they were different teams, but we were robbed of this last year when the Pacers beat the Knicks. And we didn't get to see Celtics Knicks. I think we're almost not guaranteed because yes, the Pistons are tough, but
this is a lot different of a Knicks team, of course. Like, now you got Bridges, now you got Cat, and I love the battle of the big man last night. I mean, Porzingis and Cat both had 30-plus points, and give me more of the battle of the big men. I love it.
Yeah, that would be awesome. I mean, the way Porzingis and Cat can shoot the ball is unreal for big men. Like,
seriously, they both stretch they're both modern-day bigs. That's what you want out of your
Porzingis was hitting shots from the logo last night, like almost damn near half court. Like, that's insane. Kristaps Porzingis, I mean, the MSG is like a second home to him. He got drafted there. He played there for years and years. Then he got traded to Dallas, and then he was in Washington, and now he's in Boston. Porzingis loves playing at MSG. I think MSG loves having Porzingis in there as well. Who is Tingus Pingus? Like, come on, like that's their guy. Nobody really expected much of him, and he turned out to be a stud. Crazy to think about years and years ago that the Dallas Mavericks had Luka Doncic, Jalen Brunson, and Kristaps Porzingis all on the same roster, which brings me to my next point. Luka returns to Dallas. By the time this comes out, the game will be over. But we're recording this on Wednesday night, which means Luka plays in Dallas tonight. What do we think?
Well, after what happened last night to Luka, which I think we should address, Luka had 23 points, and they were playing the Thunder.
The Thunder. It's a key matchup, a marquee matchup.
He hit a layup to take the lead over the Thunder.
By like 1. I think it was 107.
Yeah, it was a
107, 108. I was watching.
I don't know the exact score, but I'm pretty sure the Thunder proceeded to close the game on a 26-12 run
Yes.
after Luka hit that layup, because after Luka hit that layup, he said something to a fan, and an official tossed him out of the game.
Yeah, because the idiot official was like, "You were talking to me." No. Why in the world would Luka go talk trash to a referee with 5 minutes left in the game?
Yeah, I think it was about 7.5, 8 minutes left.
In what world do you do that to a guy like Luka Doncic in that game? That is very important. I mean, this is a game between the 1 and the 3 seed in the Western Conference. That is an important game, and the best player on the floor, arguably second or third, gets ejected. Yeah. You don't do that. You just don't do that.
For the refs, it's like, not everything's about yourself. And for me, I'm okay. I'm a big baseball guy too. I know umpires specifically, refs in general, they make mistakes. But what I think the fans want is some kind of being held accountable. I want the headline when I wake up the next day to be like, that ref was talked to, or that ref was given some sort of, I don't want to say punishment, because I know that the refs have strong unions for them, but
and I would
something
say,
needs to be done where everyone's like, okay, that was dealt with. It's not. It is never dealt with.
No. It's hard to say you fine the refs for making a mistake, because you'd fine the players, but the refs aren't making the millions of dollars that the players are making. So, but there does have to be some type of repercussion for a ref making a big time mistake like that, because ultimately that could affect the Lakers. It could
affect the Lakers. I mean,
that's a game where they were in, and you could say that Luka getting thrown out was the reason the Lakers lost. I mean, the guy had 23 points.
Just want to point out, because the Lakers lost that game, that now puts them within 1 game of the 4 seed, which then also puts them within 2 games between them and the 8 seed.
Yes. Right now you got 4, 5, 6, 7, all sitting at 47 and 32.
What are we doing?
It could change a lot. If the Clippers jump the Lakers, I'm sorry, but I don't want to be the Lakers seeing the Nuggets in a first-round matchup.
We're
going to get to that later. But
it's so weird. I mean, if I'm any team in the West, I don't want to run into the Nuggets, but I also don't want to run into the Lakers or the Clippers.
And actually, looking at this, I don't want to run into the Warriors as the 3 seed. No?
Exactly.
No.
Wait, there's no winning here.
So we can get into that in a second, but before we do that,
maybe Luka meant to get thrown out. Maybe they want the 4 seed now,
so
they can play the Nuggets.
Oh man.
No, I think Luka meant to. That's the headline. Luka purposely gets thrown out that the Lakers lose, so they can become the 4 seed. That's why he got tossed.
We'll see. Luka Magic. What do you guys think his stat line is going to be tonight in his return to Dallas?
I think he is going to look to shoot the ball a little bit more. I think Redick is going to have the offense play through him a little bit extra. I kind of maybe see him force a couple more shots than usual. I think he'll still get 30, maybe on an inefficient shooting night.
Yeah.
He wants to go grab the ball and bring it down. He's going to get 12 rebounds, and I think he's just going to miss a triple-double, 9 assists. So 30, 12, 9.
Lamba?
I could see him just absolutely going off. I mean, 37 points or 30 points is a lot, but I could really see him going off for 50 tonight. I'm not even kidding. No assist, just shoot it. Just shoot it. I think we might see retro Dallas Mavericks Luka tonight, just because I think there's just so much energy that's going to be flying through that building. You got to think the fans aren't going to be rooting against them.
No, they're going to be cheering for him the whole time.
That's what I'm saying.
Seriously.
This is a weird scenario where this guy left to go to a better team, but it wasn't his decision to leave. So the fans are only going to back him. I honestly think he could score 50-plus points tonight.
Yeah, I think this is one of those rare situations in the NBA where it's not like when LeBron left Cleveland and went to Miami, and his return to Cleveland, he was getting booed left and right. Luka Doncic did not willingly leave the Mavericks. He got sent away because he was fat. Are you
Dallas Mavericks
serious?
Will go down as history as the only team to trade a MVP caliber player for being fat.
That's unreal. What are you going to do, trade Jokic?
Yo,
Denver?
Lakers MVP this season is the Dallas Mavericks inexistent treadmill. Non-existent, sorry.
Yeah.
Non-existent treadmill. Lakers MVP.
But yeah, tonight I see Luka again. He's going to come in, and I want to see Luka just mad. I want to see Luka Doncic, Phoenix Suns type night. I want him to see 37 points. I'm thinking 11 assists and 7 rebounds.
I like it. I like that one.
Not a triple-double,
Why
but
not
he's
a triple-double?
got that double.
Why 7 rebounds?
Well, I mean, Anthony Davis is in the paint.
Yeah, That is true. That is true.
I also want to see what Anthony Davis is going to do.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't have anything written down for AD stat lines, but I could see Anthony Davis very well going off in this game. I mean, who's going to guard him on the Lakers? Because Jackson Hayes can't guard Anthony Davis. Is it going to be LeBron? Are we going to see LeBron James on Anthony Davis tonight?
I think we could see this. Like,
I don't.
To me, this is. It's crazy because almost like, I mean, do you remember that like preseason game Dante DiVincenzo back in New York, like that kind of vibe where Dante was just mouthing off, like I think we could see that out of Anthony Davis tonight, just an angry like because dude, you get traded off a playoff caliber team to a team who just traded away their best player, like
I mean they won a championship in 2020. LeBron James loves Anthony Davis like a brother. I mean that was like some of the best chemistry I've seen with LeBron and another teammate other than Dwayne Wade. I mean. Him and Anthony Davis were like bread and butter, man. Like I don't understand why you trade him. You get Luka Doncic. I don't know. It's still one of the biggest like what in the world.
Do you think Anthony Davis will be like play with a chip on his shoulder tonight?
Yeah.
I think for sure, but the Lakers are going to do the best they can to throw everything at him. I know when they played Jokic, they pretty much had all 5 guys. They had maybe 6 different guys all over Jokic that night.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of double teams, a lot of pushing him out to the perimeter. I think we're going to see a lot of that. I hope we get LeBron on AD at some point, but again,
it'd be a great match.
I think it's going to be a defense by committee. That seems to be how the Lakers guard, efficient big men. You know what I mean?
We saw it with Nikola Jokic. So in the Western Conference, we kind of touched on this. 4 through 8 are all within 1 game with each other, and now with that Lakers loss last night, the Lakers are 2 games within the 3 seed through the 8 seed. The Sacramento Kings have clinched a play-in spot, and I mean, they've won 3 in a row. They're 4-6 in their last 10. They're not like incredible, but they're getting hot at the right time. Zach LaVine had 42 points last game. In the past 5 games, LaVine is averaging 28 points per game on high efficiency shooting from 3 and the field goal. Pretty sure he shot 57% from 3 one game. That's unreal. DeRozan in the past 5 games, 29 points per game, right? On also insane field goal percentage. Like we're talking 70, 80%. And then Domantas Sabonis. This guy is the reason that they're winning all these games right now. 22.5 points per game, 13.5 rebounds per game, and 6 assists over the last 5 games.
And I will say there are a lot of times the team goes on a 3-game win streak, and you can pretty much debunk that. You know, they played the Wizards, the Jazz, and the Hornets. Only one of those teams the Kings played. They played the Hornets. They beat up on them pretty good, but they also beat the Pistons, who we just mentioned. They're tough, and the Cavaliers.
Best team in the league.
LaVine had 37. That was their second.
Yep, that was the second to last game.
Yeah. So possibly getting hot at the right time. See if it sticks, right? I think all of us would like to see more than 3 games strung together.
Yeah, for sure.
Another team that's also killing the
West
right now.
My sleeper pick in the playoffs,
and
man.
they do have a lot of the tiebreakers, so they are sitting at the 4 seed. I think sitting at as far back as the play-in 7-8 seed a while ago. The Clippers,
dude,
they are 15-5 in their last 20 games. If you only want to count their last 18 games, they're like 15-3. So
that's absurd.
But the story for them has been Harden, Kawhi, and Zubac. They've pretty much all had a huge bump in their numbers, and I think maybe that's just Kawhi playing with them regularly.
Yes, sir. Kawhi Leonard looks like he's back, and it's awesome, and it's good for basketball. I mean,
go ahead.
I
think the thing with the Clippers that's gonna like the veteran experience. Yes, a lot of these players in the West have been to the playoffs and they know what it's like, but there's just something different about the Kawhi energy. He knows what it's like to win a championship. James Harden is in that mix every year, and he knows how to play well. I mean, look at his performance last year against the Mavericks.
My gosh. He was the reason they were competitive last
year.
Yeah,
he really kept the Clippers in it because, I mean, like Paul George played really well, but James Harden was really the heart and soul of that Clippers team in the first round of the playoffs last year. So I think the veteran experience definitely plays to their side.
Yeah, I have to agree with that, but Harden, Kawhi, Zubac. I want to also specify Zubac. He's someone that you wouldn't think could be averaging close to 20 points a game, but that's what he's doing in his last 20 games, as we just talked about. That's when they've been playing pretty well. Zubac putting up 20.1 points per game with 12.5 rebounds. That's exactly what you want out of your role-playing center.
Yeah.
Which, can we even say that anymore?
I don't think we can anymore. He's having a career season. I mean, former Laker. Just wanted to throw that in there because it's kind of funny. One seed in LA didn't want him. The other did. And look at him now. He's flourishing in the Clippers organization. They have this new kind of aura around them with their new rebrand and the Intuit Dome. I think...
Have you seen the stats of the Wall free throw shooting?
Unreal. To start the season...
74.1%.
The first 3 games...
the Wall.
I'm pretty sure the first 3 games, nobody made a free throw in Intuit. It was crazy. I mean, they didn't win the first 3 games in Intuit, but nobody was making free throws. The first game of the season, it was Suns-Clippers. Devin Booker and KD missed all the free throws. Or they made like 1. Do you remember that?
NBA players don't miss all their free throws.
Well, it was... They only made like 1 or 2.
No, but...
We watched the game.
The Clippers, like, teams are shooting the worst, like, overall free throw percentage against the Clippers. Like, home or away, it doesn't matter. Like, combined, they're shooting the worst. But in Intuit Dome alone, it's like 74.1%.
The Wall
is what they're shooting, and it's because of the Wall.
I'm excited to see that in the playoffs. That's gonna feel like a college atmosphere.
Oh,
almost.
yeah.
It's gonna be really cool.
But another player on the Clippers I think we got to mention is Norman Powell.
Yeah.
This guy has stepped up into a big-time role. I mean, 100%. You look at his career numbers. I mean, he's always been a good player, but with the exit of Paul George this year, he really stepped up into the starting lineup more, and he's averaging 22.1 points per game and also shooting 42% from 3.
Yeah, I mean, last year he averaged 14 a game. Granted, it was prime last good year of Paul George. Kawhi Leonard when he was playing, and then James Harden halfway through the year. He's not going to get the score as much as he did, when James Harden got to the team. And then this year, he's just taking off. He's taking on Paul George's scoring role, and I love that. I mean, there's been times where Norman Powell has dropped 40 points, 37, 35, and it's like, wow, he can do this. And it's showing this season that he can do this on a consistent basis.
Yeah, and
he's a dog.
He's a guy who's been around for a while. He's definitely past his physical prime. Makes you kind of wonder, how well was he being utilized on teams in the past? Has he always been capable of this? You have to imagine that when you're in your physical prime, you're just as capable as you are, at least shooting-wise.
Yeah, he was part of that championship team in Toronto in 2019. So it's like, he has that experience too. This Clipper team is really, really experienced. Everybody on this team, I'm pretty positive, has been to the playoffs. So it's like...
Who else was on that Raptors team that's now on the Clippers? With Norman Powell?
Who was it?
Kawhi.
Oh, Kawhi Leonard.
That was a layup.
Wow. That was like blanking my head. Yeah.
Does Austin know ball?
He might
Austin
not.
doesn't know ball.
I knew that.
I wasn't even thinking Kawhi Leonard. I was thinking like
the chemistry's there too.
Oh, the chemistry's there,
seeing
100%. And you do see it. Kawhi is back. And that is what is helping the Clippers flourish and move up in the standings. And I want to see them make a deep playoff run. If they... Well, at the time when we recorded that episode, I said they would beat the Rockets in the first round because the Rockets don't have the experience. They have Jeff Green, they have Dylan Brooks, and they have Fred VanVleet, the guys who have made the playoffs on that team. Everyone else, I mean, they're young. They're stars, but they're not experienced. And I don't see the Rockets winning a playoff series. I think they'll probably win a game or 2, maybe 3. Could go 7. But they're not going to win
realistically, not to get too off top, like if you had to pick one of the, I guess, top 8 teams, because I really don't know a world where the Kings and Mavericks like win the play-in. I really don't think so. Of the top 8 teams, like who are probably like the 4 most? I guess who are the most fraudulent? Maybe like maybe it's two most fraudulent.
I mean, it's hard to say that in the West, just because the West in particular is just so loaded.
But if you're a team that's in the middle of the pack, like what 2 teams would you want to see? Like if you're the Lakers and you really had to pick a team to play, like who would it be?
I don't think they would. You'd want to see a team like the Grizzlies. They just lost their head coach, and we're gonna talk about this next.
The Nuggets,
but you might even want to see the Nuggets. Although they have dominated you in the past, they actually blew them out in the regular season at one point. I forgot how the rest of their matchups went, but I guess Austin, do you want to touch on a team? I know you just talked about the Rockets.
Yeah, I don't see the Rockets doing anything. If I'm the Lakers, I probably want to see Denver because you can game plan around Jokic.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, we saw.
You've already done it.
They've already done it. I mean,
it's a proof
not
of
crazy
concept.
to say.
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean,
does it hold up in a 7-game series? We will see.
I mean, obviously, like an obvious pick would be the Grizzlies or like the Timberwolves. The Lakers would probably beat the Timberwolves too. I mean, I don't see anyone on that team that can guard LeBron and Luka or Austin Reeves for that matter. I mean, you could throw Jaden McDaniels on someone, but it's like, Who's going to guard the other two?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then you got Jackson Hayes as a lob threat. I don't think Rudy Gobert is good. So I don't think he's really going to do anything. Oh, he kind of just a waste of space, in my opinion.
Hating on Rudy Gobert.
Rudy's like one of the best defenders, I feel like.
Nah.
Regular
that's the narrative.
Rudy.
No, because that's the narrative, right?
Regular season Rudy
that's
is
the
electric.
Narrative. You watch Rudy Gobert, he basically stands there for like an hour, and he does cardio. And then he goes home.
He's a great defender in the regular season.
He touches all the mics in the conference room, then he goes home.
Speaking of going home, the Nuggets just sent Mike Malone home, as well as their GM, Calvin Booth. But before we even get into that, I would like to note that they have lost 4 in a row. Jamal Murray was also out for the past 5 games, dealing with a hamstring injury. What do you make of them letting go of Malone and Calvin Booth, and maybe the reasoning behind it?
All right, well, there's something going on behind the scenes. I don't know when it's going to get announced, but there is more to it than just losing their last 4 games.
Yeah, especially with Jamal Murray out. Yeah, I would have to agree.
If you fire your head coach, whatever, definitely it can be related to performance, but when your team is in a playoff spot and you just fire the head coach...
4 games left in the season.
That's what I'm saying. You're getting ready for the playoffs. You're going to probably have a chance to make a playoff run. There's something fishy going on. And the fact that the GM got fired with them, that there is something that happened. There's something happening, and it's not good for the Nuggets.
Real quick, I would just like to add, this is per ESPN, Shams Charania, Josh Kroenke, hope I'm pronouncing that right, maybe Kroenke, whatever.
It's all right.
He said, there were certain trends that were very worrisome to me at different points of time when talking about Mike Malone. He also said, it is with our utmost respect that he would like to thank Coach Malone for the most successful decade in Nuggets history, setting the all-time wins record and helping deliver Denver our first championship. Kind of like, 2 statements that don't really go together. Just talking about how much they've won and just saying, there were some worrisome things between him and the GM. Austin, I mean...
But the fact to get rid of both of them is just weird.
It is weird. Mike Malone has had the 4th highest win percentage in the NBA in the past 3 seasons. You don't just fire that dude. No. He won a championship 2 years ago, and not even 3 years removed.
And why not wait to fire him after they maybe lose in the playoffs? Why do it in the regular season with a playoff berth looming?
Yeah, this really makes absolutely 0 sense to me. And I'm going to be so honest. I'm just as confused as the whole world.
Seriously.
Jokic, did you have anything to do with this? In all honesty,
you would have to.
You'd almost have to think that Jokic had something to do with this because there's
Jokic
been
probably doesn't care though. I don't think he cares who he's playing for. But Jokic just goes out there and plays basketball.
I've been seeing things. I've been seeing things where Jokic is getting fury. He is furious with teammates, with staff, because their defensive scheme this year, I'm sorry, it's been horrible. They play no defense. And he can't do everything, and I think Jokic covers up a lot of the mistakes that have been happening this season. Now, I'm not blaming Mike Malone because at the end of the day, it's the players that impact winning and losing. Mm-hmm. Coaches, they have an impact to an extent. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, it comes out of players. And if your players aren't performing, it should not be the coach's fault. It shouldn't.
No, I agree. And the one main thing that I would like to highlight is maybe a difference in philosophy between head coach and GM. They were saying Calvin Booth was acquiring a lot of young talent, younger guys. He let go of veterans like KCP, who helped them win that championship just a couple years ago. It seemed like Booth wanted to build a little bit more towards the future with some younger guys, and Mike Malone wanted to keep around the veterans. In my opinion, I would have to say Mike Malone's right.
Me too.
Yeah, why get rid of guys that
they let KCP go to Orlando, and he got paid. I mean, props to you, KCP, but he was a lethal part of that offense. He was their sniper, getting a perfect pass, by the way, from Nikola Jokic to a wide open KCP in the corner. He's making that 7 times out of 10.
To kind of put this in baseball terms, it feels like what Booth was trying to do is what the Marlins kind of did with their organization when they sent everybody all different ways. Weird. They sent Yelich to Milwaukee, Stanton, MVP caliber players elsewhere just because, we're going to try with the young. You had proven players that could get it done.
Guys.
And then
years later they traded the young and
Jazz Chisholm's a Yankee. And
exactly. It
makes
just
no
didn't make sense.
But now Mike Malone is a free agent in the coaching market in the NBA. Where's he going?
I think if I had to choose a team, when you think about the fact that he was concerned about having veteran players, he doesn't want to coach a young group. I would say I don't know Mike Malone. I've never talked to him, but what I've seen from press conferences is, he almost seems like a straight, direct to the point, almost
for sure.
short-tempered kind of guy. I'm making things up at this point, but he wants veterans on his team. So I'm thinking maybe the Grizzlies. That's a team that has, they do have the young guys, they don't have a coach, but they also have veterans like Ja and Jaren Jackson Jr. and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that would make sense. Ryan, what do you think?
I really don't know. I mean, it's happened so soon. I think you really got to wait to see what head coaches get turned over in the offseason. I don't think it's going to be like a done deal right away. I think he's probably going to explore his options. Like you said, like if he wants to coach a veteran group, I think he's willing to wait and see what's going to become available at the end of the season, because in the world we're in right now, the head coaching carousel starts really soon after the season ends.
That's true.
Which I hate, by the way.
Well, actually, now it starts when the season's still going on. But
I think it's unreal. I think coaches aren't given a fair enough chance these days, and it's like, yeah, if you're really, really bad, that makes sense. But they're the 4th seed in the Western, or the 5th, 6th seed in the Western Conference right now. They were the 4th seed at one point, like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. So it's like, for me, I would love to see him go to San Antonio and be the successor of Greg Popovich. If we could see Mike Malone coaching Victor Wembanyama, De'Aaron Fox, he's going to get Chris Paul back for a year probably. Devin Vassell, Keldon Johnson, Jeremy Sohan, develop those guys, see what they can do. Malik Brahim, I don't know if I said that right. That's a good team, and those guys are vets now. Wemby's going to be in year 3. De'Aaron Fox is going to be in like year 10. So like that would be cool. But if he's going that more vet route, I think Phoenix could be an option for him. Phoenix, I don't know if Phoenix is going to keep Coach Bud, because to be fair, to kind of segue into the next thing that we wanted to talk about, the Phoenix Suns sucked this year, and this could potentially be the most disappointing super team in NBA history. You got guys like Kevin Durant, Bradley Beal, and Devin Booker all on the same team and missed the play-in tournament.
I saw something on the broadcast last night because I was watching Warriors Suns only till the first half was over. It was horrible. This is a team with the highest payroll in NBA history to not make the playoffs.
Wow.
Yeah,
Austin, I'd be embarrassed if I was a Suns fan.
I'm gonna explain the clip and I'm gonna roll.
Goal on Sunday. Mr. Curry making sure that is not the case. Already 2 threes, and early on the Warriors off to an
Howard. Like, why is he yelling? He's smiling. Yeah, by the way, that was happening when we were down by 30.
Yes, this was not a close game.
You just had to laugh it off at that point.
Phoenix was down 30, and Bradley Beal was cheering for Stephen Curry.
Hey, man, they're all friends.
Bro.
Bradley Beal is cheering to maybe get off the Suns at this point. I don't know.
Waive your no trade clause, please. It will better you. It will better me, and it will better everybody in the NBA if you just waive your no trade clause.
They're yelling.
You're a bum.
You can't call Bradley Beal a bum.
He plays like one.
All right.
Who cheers for the other
There's
team?
even no trade clause, bro. There's like, 2 players in the NBA?
Yeah.
He's one of them?
Him and LeBron.
Him and Braun.
Bradley Beal is LeBron James.
Who doesn't belong?
Who doesn't belong?
But like, who do you blame? Do you blame Kevin Durant? Do you blame Bradley Beal? Do you blame Coach Bud? Because Frank Vogel had a worst team last year, and they went 49-33, and they were the 6th seed in the West.
Dude, I don't know how you could blame Coach Bud, but at the same time, he's saying the team is like not in his control. You know what I mean? It's
what do you do?
It's kind of to a point where it's not his fault, but maybe if the team is out of his control, like he's truly saying, you just get someone else in there. Either that or you really switch up the personnel. But if you want to talk about who's to blame, I think it's your front office. You went to the finals and then traded everyone. So
Matt Ishiba came in and He tore the core apart.
Yeah.
He traded Mikal and Cam Johnson and 4 first-round picks for Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant, I love you. It has been incredible watching Kevin Durant as a Phoenix Sun, and he's been very good. But, like, we gave up our whole depth for him, and then we traded Chris Paul for Bradley Beal, which, oh, my Lord. And then DeAndre Ayton for Yusuf Nurkic.
Dude, he's a baller. Yusuf
Nurkic. Stud.
DeAndre Ayton was a number 1 overall pick from Phoenix, by the way. Went to Arizona. Yusuf Nurkic. Are we serious?
Was he actually from Phoenix?
Yes.
I don't even know that.
That's crazy.
Like, what?
Should have drafted Luka.
We should just let him have his moment.
You know what? Okay.
Yeah.
You say you should have drafted Luka, right? Greatest thing ever. I'm going to blow your mind. Guess who was our head coach at this time? A former coach of Luka Doncic in the EuroLeague.
Oh, did he
actually?
Igor Koslav or something. That was our coach, and he coached Luka 2 years prior to that.
I think I've seen something on social media.
I know why.
Talking about
I know why. He didn't like that Luka didn't like the treadmill. That's why.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, just like Dallas.
He was foreshadowing. He was like, the Dallas Mavericks are going to trade Luka one day because of his physical weight loss training.
After they traded Trae Young for him. So really, if you think about it, the Mavericks traded Trae Young for Anthony Davis.
Wow.
I didn't even think about that.
It's crazy.
That's insane.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
So
when you put it that way, it doesn't seem so bad. But they had Luka, so it is bad. It was Luka for Anthony Davis, not Trae Young for Anthony Davis.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways, let's play a little bit of NBA Would You Rather.
Oh, boy. This is going to get bad for me.
NBA Would You Rather Kevin Durant edition.
Okay.
This is going to go down south really bad.
Jaylen Brown.
So would I rather have Jaylen Brown or Kevin Durant?
Yep, just say the name.
I mean, I'm probably going to say Kevin Durant as long as he stays healthy. That's the only thing. That's the only reason I wouldn't pick him.
Yeah, I think for me, yes, Jaylen Brown is younger. Maybe in 5 years, we're like, oh, this was Kevin Durant's last good season.
Yeah.
And this would look really bad to pick like Jaylen Brown. But I think Kevin Durant is still the picking.
Yeah.
All right, Kawhi Leonard.
Kevin Durant. Out of the two, neither of them can stay on the court, but I still think Durant's a better player.
Depends on the team, because if you need a little more, I don't know. Kevin Durant's not even a bad defender either. Kevin Durant. I'll take Kevin Durant.
Jason Tatum.
Nah, give me Jason Tatum. Come on, bro. I know Kevin Durant has done more, but he's younger. And honestly, if we don't see Jason Tatum on a team like the Celtics, he could be, maybe this is wild, could be winning MVPs, to be completely honest.
That's not wild.
What?
Jason Tatum.
You're thinking here.
I know. Tatum's a great player. Kevin Durant's a great player, probably a future Hall of Famer, maybe. Tatum wins championships. Give me Jason Tatum.
Okay.
Tatum's proven winner.
So is KD.
So is KD.
But look at the team he won on.
You could almost say that for both of them.
But Tatum was the top of that team.
You still.
I guess Kevin Durant was too.
Tatum didn't win Finals MVP. Jaylen Brown did.
That is true. That is valid as well.
I still want Jason Tatum. He's way younger.
I'll take Tatum though. Still.
LeBron James.
Oh, this one's interesting, man. Right now, currently, LeBron.
Really?
All right.
Yes.
Okay.
He's better.
LeBron makes everybody else around him better. Like, you play with LeBron, you're just instantly better. I feel like that's a fair thing to say.
That's a good assessment.
No, I just want to know your thinking behind it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just give me LeBron.
This might be closer than you think. Jaren Jackson Jr.
I'll defer to you first.
Or it's Kevin Durant still, right? KD.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I will give a concession first. I'm gonna take Kevin Durant, but Jaren Jackson Jr. is having a hell of a year. I'm not sure if the numbers really compare to KD, but I think if I wanted to really get a chance at a chip, I'm still gonna take Kevin Durant. But Jaren Jackson Jr. made it close this year. I think it's still KD.
Jimmy Butler.
I'm just saying, the Warriors look a hell of a lot better than your Buns right now. Okay,
I will say, Kevin Durant goes places and gets sick of them real fast. Jimmy Butler has also been requested to be traded a few times. So
a couple times.
It's like pick your poison here with who's going to get sick of you faster. This is a tough one. Look at how good I like what you said about the Warriors and how much better they are with Butler. And when you look at the Heat and how good he played with the Heat, Jimmy Butler also stays healthy. It's another.
And he took a Heat team to the finals that was not nearly as good as a lot of the teams KD has played.
Tyler Hero.
Dude,
that's the sixth man.
You know what? Give me Jimmy Buckets.
That's what I'm saying.
Now.
Give me Jimmy Buckets over Kevin Durant.
What?
You can't even say this with a straight face.
Exactly, because you want, just to clarify, Jimmy Butler over Kevin Durant.
He's got a little bit younger. He's a little younger.
He can stay on the court. Kevin Durant is hurt all the time.
And Jimmy Butler, it's team dependent. If you have a bunch of bums on your team and you need someone to carry them, sure, give me Kevin Durant. He'll score the ball. But if you have a team that's already solid, and say you want to add a third superstar, Jimmy Butler's the guy who will come in as the third guy, I guess, or even maybe the second guy, and not be so as selfish. He's not gonna just take the ball the whole time.
Okay, just to align this in my head.
If Kevin Durant
was that deep?
No, just
all right, it is deep
that
to him.
deep?
Just so I can really accept this, I'm gonna say the question one more time, and I just need you to give me a name. We're gonna move on to the next one.
Okay.
Kevin Durant or Jimmy Butler?
Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy Butler.
Okay. Luka
Gonna
Doncic.
make us look terrible.
Oh yeah, I know he's gonna make us
look bad.
Luka Doncic.
Luka,
without a doubt.
Luka.
That one's just a no-brainer.
Look at what Luka. I mean, honestly, just look at what Luka did on that Mavericks team last year. Just carried them through the postseason.
All right, last one. Mikal Bridges.
Dude, this shouldn't be a comparison. I'm still taking Kevin Durant.
Yeah, I mean it's Kevin Durant. There's no question.
I was just looking for Lumba to say Mikal Bridges.
I actually no. You look at Mikal and you look at Kevin Durant. I hate Mikal more than I hate Kevin Durant. Both of those guys were like, "Oh, Nets Nation, we're here for you." Blah blah.
He didn't request a trade though. The Nets just traded him.
He wanted to be traded.
I mean, that team sucks. I would want to be traded too.
I mean, he wanted out. He wanted out.
He's got to go play second fiddle to Cam Thomas at the end of the season. That was dumb.
Yeah.
Mikal Bridges was by far and away the best player on that team.
Oh, 100%. And we just didn't utilize him the right way.
Although when he got there, he averaged 26 and a half. That was crazy.
Yeah, he was playing amazing, and then we just stopped running the offense through him and ran it through Cam Thomas.
Really weird.
Well, Cam Thomas would give you 40 one night and then give you 12 on another night, and 1 for 7 from 3.
Yeah, exactly. Can't even guard this propel, Cam Johnson. Or Cam Thomas.
Yeah, that as well.
Cam Johnson, strap.
I don't know if I enjoyed that. Would you rather? It's just
there's.
I like the Jimmy Butler one. We're gonna look really bad now.
No.
Oh, this TikTok's gonna be awesome.
Just wait until Austin deletes the audio again.
Oh my God.
Nope.
Yeah, I can't wait.
I will not do that. I refuse. And if I do that, man, I think lightning just might come striking down on me because
there will be an investigation.
There will be an investigation into Austin. Are you okay?
No, I have the hiccups now, guys.
Oh.
This is not good.
Well, since Ryan Lombardi has the hiccups, that's going to do it for today's episode of Above the Rim.
It's my fault.
I appreciate you guys tuning in. Lombo, James, thank you for coming and being on the show.
Of course,
I appreciate y'all. Ryan, you shut off your ball knowledge today. I'm impressed, I will say.
This was something I actually... So when we talk current NBA,
You can do it.
I can hang.
You can hang.
You can do it.
I know enough to get me through.
Yeah,
but
you do.
When we start bringing up Isaiah Thomas, like who? No, your phone just stopped.
It's fine.
You just didn't do the outro.
That's literally it.
Yeah. All right. You got it though.
Do the piece.
Peace.